will take you back.
Good morning, dear gropers. Welcome to ShowBitch's Nether regions, where we go shoulder deep, groping around the dark vaults for you, seeking those hidden gems you may have missed amongst the repeats and the tribe because of poor promotion, or maybe it clashed with your build of air class. Who knows? Let us know in the comments. Anyway, today's show, we are going to be covering Wynonna Earp. Yep, Wynonna Earp. I know what you're thinking. How could anyone be interested in something that sounds so country and western and... Hello? Firefly. That's all I can say. Firefly. Country and western type thing. Sci-fi. Done. Anyway, what is Wynonna Earp about? It is about a 27-year-old woman who returns to her hometown to take on the mantle of the heir to the Earp curse, essentially making her a killer of what we call revenants, essentially demons that are trapped in purgatory, her hometown, and they can only be killed by one weapon that can be wielded by only one person, the heir to the Wynonna Earp curse. What makes it special though? Well, the singular weapon that can be used is Wynonna Earp's gun, and he's lovingly called it Peacemaker. Yep, Peacemaker. A gun. But it makes logical sense if you think that it's killing evil demons that are trying to leave purgatory and create more demons, bring more demons to the earth. What also makes it special is she's Wynonna Earp's great-great-granddaughter. And not only is she working against the revenants, trying to kill them off, but she's also working alongside an official / unofficial government agency. It's official enough for him to get a good bollocking, but it's unofficial enough to stay off the radar of mainstream media. She also works alongside her sister, and not just her sister, the legendary Doc Holliday. Yep, Wynonna Earp's best bud died of the clap, or tuberculosis, or depends which rumour you listen to. Doc Holliday is back. One thing that also makes it special is the character development of Waverly, her sister. And it's less character development and more the way they tackle her sexual orientation and exploration. I find it's really quite tastefully done, quite well done, but we'll cover that a bit later on in the show. What else is quite good about the show? Well, one of the revenants is called a Bobo. Bobo of all names. Bobo Del Rey to be specific, and with a name like that, how can he be such a hard-hearted, evil, demon-y type revenant? How? With a name like Bobo? Well, you'll have to watch to find out. What also makes it special is that you've got your basic 7 revenants as an all-encompassing type thing. 7 revenants were originally created by Wynonna Earp himself. More detail on that within the show, you will have to watch it to find out. But these 7 have also created other revenants along the way. So that would essentially allow for greater plot development and, who knows, maybe more big bads down the line. But who stars in it? What were they in before? And what are they in this? Well, first up we've got Melanie Scrofano. She's known for a lot of sci-fi out there. Check out her IMDb page for more things that she was in. One of the more recent ones prior to Wynonna Earp was in the TV series Damien. Based upon The Omen, she played Veronica Salvaggio. In this, however, she plays the title character of Wynonna Earp. 27-year-old badass with the... Then it turns out she's the only one that can kill revenants. She's got an alcohol problem, she's a little bit lost and tries to find herself along the way, and does a damn good job when she's not selling cheese to the wind. Next up you have Shamea Anderson. I hope that I said that right, Shamea. If I said it wrong, let me know, and I'll slap myself on the wrist. You might recognise him from The Next Step, TV series 2014 roundabouts, when he played Chris. Yep, in here in Wynonna Earp, he's a badass government agent, black badge. That's actually the terminology for the subdivision organisation he's working for, black badge. He's the government official that wants to make sure that all demons are killed. So he comes to Purgatory to try and help Wynonna and ends up hiring her as a deputy, as it turns out that she's really the one in charge, not him, despite what he thinks. Next up you have Tim Rosen. Tim Rosen is a wonderful, amazing actor. I've seen him in a few things. I've seen him in Lost Girl as quite a nervous character, quite an antsy kind of, I've got to do this, I've got to do that, I want to take over the world, I want to please Mum, I want to do this. But in Wynonna Earp, he's a very different actor. And I'm sure he is also in Schitt's Creek. In Schitt's Creek he plays Mutt Shit, one of the lead characters in the show, and I'm sure it's a very different character from what he is within Wynonna Earp. In Wynonna Earp he is the legendary Doc Holliday, who after a bit of magic here and there in the past, he ends up being immortal. And after, well, however long it takes to have a great-great-granddaughter, that's how long he's been away, and he returns to work alongside Wynonna with a bit of dabbling with the revenants. Makes you wonder, how good really was he in the past? Did he cause problems for Wyatt? Is he going to cause problems for Wynonna? Or is he going to see the light and be brilliant and amazing and help her? You'll have to tune in to watch. Finally, another actress that's worth a weight in gold, Dominique Prevost-Chalkley. She's done a fair few things, but the most well-known would probably be Zrinka in Age of Ultron. See, it's DC. I'm a DC fan, not Marvel. Marvel, can't quite do it. But she was Zrinka in Avengers Age of Ultron. Yes, got it out that time. Sorry to your listeners, but I am predominantly a DC fan. We will be covering DC shows. We have covered DC shows with Lucifer. But we'll probably end up getting around to Marvel ones too. Not that they're really going to be that hidden away, but it might be an old gem we cover in the future. But yes, she was Rinka. And the show, of course, was created by Bo Smith. He is the writer. He is also the writer of the comic book version of Wynonna Earp. He's the one that brought it to our screens, as well as randomly draws it and publishes it. He's known in the comic book industry as the last real man in comics. Sorry Stanley, but it's Bo Smith who's the last real man in comics. And was also known to lend his fists and fighting talents out to random girls with abusive boyfriends in charge for, well, for free or charging them a beer. If it gets rid of an abusive boyfriend, thumbs up to him. Brilliant work there. Wynonna Earp is obviously targeting the Earpers. Fans of the country and western lifestyle, fans of gunslinging, but it also targets those who love things like Supernatural, and in my opinion this show, Wynonna Earp, is kind of like Buffy for adults. Buffy was more for the teenagers, loving the hot, smoky vampires and the hot women smoking vampires by killing them. In this, the vampires have been replaced by demons known as revenants, and of course Buffy is replaced by Wynonna, who, like Buffy, she has to do it. It's her job, she was destined to do it. But done with a lot more alcohol, a bit more swearing, and a lot more badassery. Highly recommended. It's set, of course, in Purgatory, the hometown of Wynonna Earp, but in a present-day setting. It's got a few flashbacks to her childhood, Wynonna's childhood, and they make sense. They're not overwhelmingly... They're not overwhelmingly... I need to get my tongue sewn in, I think. They're not overwhelmingly smashing every 6 seconds another flashback scene. It's done tastefully at the right time when it's needed. It was, of course, aired in America on the 1st of April this year on the SyFy channel. And you should certainly watch it because of all I've said and so much more. I'm recommending it because of the good scripting, as I mentioned earlier, Wynonna Earp, Wynonna's sister, has the whole sexuality type thing. She's quite a little confused. She's got a boyfriend called Champ, but in a town like Purgatory, scraping the top of the barrel is still scraping the bottom of the barrel for guys, really. And you got Officer Hot. And let me tell you, she is hot. She's intelligent, she's smart, and the way they tackle the whole will they, won't they, should she, shouldn't she element, it's done so tastefully and so respectfully that I really quite enjoy it. It's not blam, lesbians, which too many shows do these days. They go over the top and we'll have a sex scene here, a sex scene there, a sex scene there. You don't get that in Wynonna. It's done so much more tastefully. It's refreshing to see, it's a pleasure to see. It's absolutely amazing and brilliant that they actually do tackle it from that. I'm recommending it to see what your opinion is. Do you think Bobo is a silly name for a revenant? How do you think the show's going to develop after you've watched it? Do you want it to go on for many, many seasons? Or do you think it's had its time? Personally, I hope it goes on for many seasons and is one of the top rated shows. After, of course, this one. Not that this show's going to be top rated, but after us mentioning it, Wynonna Earp should hopefully skyrocket in popularity, and I hope it does. I truly do. So watch the show. It's Wynonna Earp, starring Melanie Scrofano, Shamir Anderson, Tim Rosen, and the ever beautiful Dominique Provost-Chalkley. It's only had 1 season so far, but on the grapevine I've heard that Wynonna has been given a 2nd season. Brilliant news there. I'm certainly looking forward to all that comes out of that show and more. Unfortunately though, that seems to be all the time we have. So check us out at stoffelpresents.wix.com/home. It is right there. You can access all the social media, Twitter, Facebook, all the others, all via the stoffelspresents.wix.com/home website. Also be sure to check out our Patreon, and essentially with Patreon it helps you, the fans, support us, and we would be muchly appreciated if, even if it's only £1, that £1 goes into the kitty and it goes towards better sets, better backdrops, better equipment, and we would really appreciate it. So do check us out on Patreon as well. Be sure to subscribe, be sure to click like, share, promote this episode, promote my previous episodes, any future ones, and of course all of the other Stoffel Presents shows as well, because they are brilliant and all that Stoffel Presents are very hard working. Thank you for watching, thank you for listening, keep watching the skies, and safe travels on the roads.
Devil to take you back.